Ghetto music, I'm holding it down for California. I spent my whole life here with all of my people. We all around the world. We all in search of something. It's that one.
Cannagar Confessions. We have Ross May in the house today. Super stoked about this. Ross, what's up?
I'm doing good, man. I'm feeling golden.
Awesome, man.
Absolutely.
You bought out the guitar. Is this the guitar you perform with, the main one? I know you probably have a...
It is now, man. What happened was I had a Fender, a black Fender, and it was so good.
Yeah.
And then I went through like some personal stuff, and then I did a show and just had like this meltdown, like a mental breakdown, meltdown on stage, and I smashed it.
Oh, okay.
And a lot of stuff. I smashed stuff. And
did the crowd like it?
I got a standing ovation. It was like me having a mental breakdown, you know what I'm saying? And I get an ovation. It's on YouTube. Look it up.
Okay. That's interesting.
Yeah, I'm saying though, right?
Yeah,
I'm kind of glad it's on YouTube and I get to review my life.
And this is the next runner-up?
And this guitar right here, I traded for an ounce of weed.
Okay.
An ounce of cannabis right here. And then I just kind of kept it at my mom's house to have a guitar. And after I smashed my Stallion, I had to go with my backup, and now this is the new Stallion until I re-up.
Nice. Okay. An ounce of weed. What kind of weed was it?
It was Bruce Lee OG.
Oh, okay. If I remember right, that's probably some fire.
It was proprietary.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Bruce Lee, probably that one-hand punch smoke.
That was it. It was the You just needed one.
That dank.
There's a few people that know about the Bruce Lee, man. So
nice. Yeah. Well, hey, again, welcome to the show. Happy to have you on here. You hail from Oceanside, right?
That's right.
Shout out to Oceanside.
Shout out to the town.
Northern San Diego.
That's right.
So yeah, let's tell everybody a little bit about yourself. I mean, I know about you. What do you do?
What do I not do? That is the real question. I guess I'm like a Renaissance man of the modern times, man. I do so much. I work hard. My hard labor skills are immaculate. I'm just like, really competent. I got the 20/20 vision. I was an athlete growing up. I've always been a musician. I've always been an artist. I started my first band kind of thing when I was like 12 with my friends, with my baseball friends.
Like in a garage band?
Yeah, garage band.
Cool.
We were like, just hanging out in Oceanside after practice or barbecuing, jacuzzis going, and we just busted out the instruments. And
what kind of music? What kind of genre?
it ended up being like a surf rock alternative hip hop thing.
Nice.
Yeah, it was extremely interesting, especially for the time. It didn't exist. We didn't know how special it was, until later. And so music has always been a huge part, but so has just art in general.
Yeah.
I'm drawing, and now today I actually have started a animator cartoon business.
Oh, really?
Where I'm animating cartoon music videos.
Oh, that's smart because
It's
the music,
so sick.
Animation makes sense.
Everybody wants it.
I think I saw something on your Instagram. It was you. It was your face. Mm-hmm. It kind of turned and went on, focused on the eyeball.
Yeah,
that was what you're talking about?
It's the same gig. Yeah.
That's pretty.
That
dope.
was like me practicing.
Yeah, because you can add that to videos, music videos,
Full
promotion. On. That's cool.
It doesn't happen quick. It's time, consuming because every second you've got 12 frames.
Oh, wow.
Or 24 frames if you really want to be a gangster about it.
Yeah.
But I do 12 frames just because that's just unmanageable at 24.
Makes sense.
So I do 12 drawings a second.
Wow.
I mean, I don't do them in a second. I do them however long it takes me, and that's how I compile a second of animation. So with little incremental changes so that you have motion.
Yeah.
And I've always been fascinated with it. It's my longest standing dream was to be an animator.
Nice.
So
you're animator, father, right?
Father, I got my 3 kids, my 3 boys.
That's the full time.
That's never stops. That never stops.
That's the full time.
That's a beautiful thing, though.
Yeah.
They actually really helped me grow up.
Yeah.
Nice. That part. I also run a local hauling business, like a junk disposal business.
Nice.
I was out there in the community today. I belong to the local groups online on Facebook, and somebody posted a picture of somebody got evicted. And their shit was everywhere. It looked like third world,
Yeah.
I just was like, and everybody's laughing. I'm like, this isn't funny, dude.
Yeah.
Like, this person got evicted.
That
Their
sucks.
shit is floating in the wind. You know, like, this is embarrassing, dude. Like,
Yeah.
where is this? I'm showing up.
And it was
dude.
in Oceanside?
Yeah. I'm like, where is this? And then they gave me the coordinates.
So you got a
I
big
pulled in.
a bed with the
Yeah,
truck?
the dump truck, dude.
Nice, that's
It's a
what's up.
full on with the, and I don't have to unload it, you know? So,
That's wanted. People need that service. Everybody.
especially right now.
Yeah.
So my hustle has just multiplied and
see that.
just continued to grow. And, you know, I did it today and just kind of cleaned up for the community. And then I went and did 2 more truckloads. And then now I'm here.
Nice.
Yeah. So that was a good day. I did a
Yeah.
whole day, man, before I showed up. And then
now
I'm going to
you're
go
here.
coach baseball
Wow.
after this.
For your sons?
Yeah.
Nice. That after today, you're gonna need a fat bomb.
Well, it's an everyday thing, man.
Right.
That honestly, cannabis like helps me relax and unwind after these types of days because I do need to have my schedule filled up so that I can go, and I don't focus on things that are negative. I always focus on the positive and moving forward.
So you
And-
use cannabis every day?
Oh yeah, I'm a daily cannabis user.
What do you think like your favorite go-to strain right now is? I know they're forever changing.
Yeah, I used to devastate myself with the indicas, and it was super cool. But the older I'm getting, I like the hybrids.
Yeah.
I'm really enjoying the hybrids. I still enjoy the indicas a lot because you become part of the couch. You know, this is a real relaxation strain here, and the sativas are great when I'm hitting the studio. So it's different strokes for different times, you know? I want the sativas while I'm trying to be creative. They kind of keep me active, they keep me vibrant, and they keep me creating. So, honestly, I'm just kind of rolling with the punches. Whatever's out, whatever's on the market, I'm going to sift through it.
And try it out for
find what I
yourself.
like, yeah. Started going to
cannabis-
dispensaries, not
yeah.
because I don't have access, but because I'm a connoisseur.
Exactly.
And I want to get to the boutique.
Do you go to dispensaries?
Yeah.
So, let's just go to that real quick. What do you think about the whole cannabis industry, and what dispensaries do you go to? Do you have any brands you kind of go to?
Well, I like the ease of disposable vape pens. I don't know why.
Yeah.
You know, because the batteries, they blow out, they go bad, they're expensive. You know, the carts, you know, they last for however long, but these disposables, I got a Willie Nelson brand, Willie's Reserve disposable.
Yeah.
It lasted me forever. I mean,
Nice.
like, it lasted me for like 2 months of daily use.
Damn, how
What
is
the
that?
hell, dude?
Yeah, and it was only a
Fucking
gram
Willie
cart?
Nelson, dude.
Wow.
Yeah. Willie's Reserve. I would have to say that
Willie
was
Nelson.
that's the shiny champ right now.
Where'd you get that at?
I think I got it at like one of the cannabis events. Somebody late in another state. It was Arizona, Yuma.
Nice.
Yuma, we did a cannabis event in Yuma. It was like a speakeasy type of thing.
Yeah.
And somebody, you know, we're just blunting outside and they go, "Here you go, bro."
Yeah, there's cannabis events everywhere.
I was like golden, and it was like the golden nugget, you know, like I just was so
especially
happy
in
about it.
Yuma, right?
In Yuma.
I think you're gonna get that.
Hey, low key, Yuma is a hotspot for culture and art. People
Nice, I
don't
didn't
know
know
about that, but they, you know, it's a desert.
Yeah.
There's literally nothing to do unless you make something to do. And the cannabis industry is thriving, whether it's black market or not, you know, like I didn't go to any dispensaries out there because I didn't have to, but yeah, Yuma's on point. Where else, man? In Vegas, I'm impressed. I'm impressed with Las Vegas's dispensaries.
Really?
I
What do you
am
like? I mean, I've heard
impressed.
ups and downs about it. I've heard you walk in, it looks like Bellagio dispensary.
Yeah, depends on where
Crazy.
you go.
Can you smell, like, you actually look at the weed and smell it? Mm-hmm. Really?
Yeah.
So unlike here, you can't really...
Yeah, they don't want you to, especially now.
Yeah.
They don't want you to be breathing all over stuff. But
That's true. It makes sense.
in Vegas, they're interested in making money and moving forward.
Yeah.
So, and I
I've
mean,
been
not
seeing
all
it.
of them have the same protocols either.
Yeah.
There was like a virtual line I had to wait in for like an hour one time.
Oh, wow.
And then you walk through, and then they're growing it on the spot, and they're processing it on the spot. And then just all glass windows, you can see the process, you know?
Oh, that's pretty cool.
I'm no stranger to the process, so I could
course.
appreciate their attention to detail
Yeah.
at this particular spot.
You used to grow yourself?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I did. I was lucky enough to get brought in via my dump truck business.
Yeah.
I was hauling junk
Okay.
on a construction site.
You probably see some crazy shit doing that, huh?
So much. So
bet.
much. You know, I mean, at the dump, there's dead bodies all the time.
Oh, wow.
Because waste management, is low key owned by
Yeah.
the mob, and what does the mob do? They dispose of bodies.
Yeah.
So, and when they get caught, they're catching themselves.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah.
what do you want to do? You know?
It's like the police. They police themselves.
Yeah. I mean, that's a legit business. Waste management
yeah.
is a legit business. They're, not trying to be tied to the mob anyway.
For sure,
That's
yeah.
a legitimate establishment, and I rely on them for my dollar bills, but I'm not going to act like there's not bodies there about every month. And,
Wow.
that's wild,
Legit every month.
Yeah, there's forensic teams taking pictures and
Oh
holding
my
up
God.
traffic.
And
yeah.
you work with that. You're in the industry.
I
so
got to
you
work
see
around it, yeah.
You see
I've
it,
never
you hear
hauled
it.
a dead body that I
If
know
somebody
of.
called you to haul a dead body, I probably wouldn't want to do this interview.
Yeah, But if you ever need to, I'll tell you right now, like they're not checking the black bags. You black bag a body, you cut it in pieces, black bag it, it's incinerated before anybody knows.
That's crazy.
Got to get it out there fresh or it's stinking.
Yeah, there's protocols.
Yeah.
It could be fish. It could be.
Yeah, it's a
cow.
thing, man. So I was hauling junk, and I ended up on this construction site where somebody got fired doing a job that I was not familiar with.
Yeah.
And they were like, "You want a job?" I was like, "Clearly, I have a job."
Yeah.
They're like, "Well, we want to teach you the ropes, and we trust you, and in the cannabis industry before it went legal, trust was paramount.
For sure.
If you didn't trust,
Still is mostly. Yeah.
there was nothing.
Yeah.
You could have nothing without
I know
trust.
what you mean.
So,
Yep.
hauling your trash in the cannabis industry was so, what's the word I'm looking for? It was risky. It was risky because people go through your trash and learn about you.
Yeah.
So, and as a grower, everybody's paranoid.
You have all the shit to throw out.
They're
It
paranoid.
Stinks. It smells like weed.
Stinks.
Yeah.
Everything is weed related, and if you are even kind of familiar with the industry, you know what you're looking at.
Yeah.
And so
Guaranteed.
we had protocol. I said, black bag everything, and
Tight.
I'll pull up, you give me my premium, and I keep my mouth shut. And it was a great relationship. And then I got in even deeper. They were like, hey, you want a job? You can
So
apprentice.
you're like the cleanup crew
Yeah.
for cannabis
Yeah.
back in the day.
I'm still a cannabis hauler.
Okay.
I serve the cannabis industry still, and I
Yeah.
go to the grows, and I pick up whatever they want to get rid of.
Yeah.
And some of it is still good, so I score trash bags of trim, and it's
Nice.
it was so rad, man,
Yeah.
so rad. It destabilized and things, changed, but
Yeah, of
ultimately,
course. Things
I
change
got
a lot, a
in,
little bit, yeah.
I got a job, I learned how to grow. It was a laboratory. There was protocols. We followed every step. We had success.
Nice.
Yeah, 100% success.
Like concentrates and stuff?
No, I wasn't doing concentrates.
Oh, okay.
We were just growing flower.
Oh, okay. You said lab, so I assumed.
But it was a lab.
Oh, okay. I get it.
It's a cultivation lab.
Oh,
So white epoxy floors.
yeah. Everything's clean.
White bleached everything.
Yep.
Every time we turn over a crop, bleach everything.
Yeah.
Absolutely no bugs. Protocols on point. You
Yeah.
know? It was impressive.
Only way to go. Yeah.
Seemed overwhelming at first, but then once I got the hang of it, I saw that I had a knack for it. And when I used to kill plants before this training, now I'm like the green thumb.
So you didn't have a green thumb before, but you were kind of trained in the industry, and now you got good ass
Big
green
time
thumb.
green thumb now. Now I do consultant work, and I show up to grows, and I'll get a small premium to just kind of point out some flaws.
Yeah.
And suggest
It's some simple stuff
solutions.
sometimes growers go through that
Yeah.
you're just not looking at it.
They're like, what are
or
these
not
brown
expecting
leaves?
it.
My
Yeah.
crop is in danger. What are
Yeah.
these brown leaves and
Yeah.
these brown spots?
Yeah.
Oh, well, you might want to
Exactly.
look at your roots,
Yeah.
you know?
Could be something in there, not on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know mites have been. This is a bad season for mites.
Gosh.
There's broad mites going around right now. Of course, the normal two-spotted.
Yep.
Hearing a lot of that. Well, man, tell me a little bit about this guitar right here and what your hat. They go together. You have a new series.
Yeah.
You're an artist too. That's,
Bars and guitars has really been serving me, man.
Yeah.
This guitar, it being my backup,
Uh-huh.
has really stepped up to the plate. I should have replaced it, years ago and got myself another.
You like the sound better, or just in general?
I just like that I can beat it up
Nice.
and I can pull it out anywhere and it's solid,
So this is the guitar you use for all of your bars.
Yeah, I've used this for every
Bars
bars and guitars.
Okay, nice.
And the one that I went viral on 2016
Yeah.
with the Tupac tribute.
The same
I
one.
used this one.
Nice.
That was the first time I pulled it out.
Okay.
On a video.
So that's the blessed guitar. That's the lucky
It really
guitar.
is. Honestly, it's charmed.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what to say. I don't ever miss.
Yeah.
I never miss with this thing. So.
Yo, I can't deny it, I'm a straight rider, you don't wanna fuck with me. Got the police coming for me, but they can't do nothing to a G. Now I can't deny it, I'm a outsider, you don't wanna fuck with me.
West side.
Got the police coming for me, but they can't do nothing to a.
With all eyes on me, I guess it's time to inspire. Cause inside of my mind, my ambitions as a rider make me more than just a rhymer.
Yo, call the cops when they hear Tupac. Call the cops when they bump Tupac. Who shot you, but your punks couldn't finish. But you about to hear the wrath of a menace, motherfucker. We hit 'em up.
Hit him up. Tupac medley.
Tat out.
So it really does serve me well. I traded, an ounce of the Bruce Lee OG with it.
Bruce
or
Lee
for
OG.
this. And now Bruce Lee is now been rebranded as the Dragon OG.
Oh, okay. I gotta remember
because
that one.
there was a copyright infringement.
Oh wow.
and
I
we-
bet there was. Huh?
Yeah,
It's a big
we
name.
were growing that at the facility.
Yeah.
And that was ours. And then we actually rebranded it in Los Angeles as the Presidential.
Cool.
So my team and I were responsible for Bruce Lee OG and Presidential exclusively. So
Okay.
if anybody had smoked those, they came out of our lab.
Nice.
Beautiful thing.
What kind of you have any combinations for music and the weed industry that you've done, like songs featuring, I don't know, or maybe a song like featuring strictly cannabis, or?
I have definitely integrated cannabis into my music.
Yeah, I'm sure you're smoking
Totally.
before you
Totally.
perform.
I'm telling you right now, like, that has been one of my go-tos, is cannabis. It not only helps me relax, but it helps me stay creative. So when I'm in the studio, I pay homage, dude.
Yeah.
I definitely do. And when I feature people, usually that's how we come together. Not
Yeah.
everybody believes the same and lives the same. But music-wise, like when I featured Lil Hit, that was a good one, man. That was a really good one. Really, Desi Hollow featured us. And it was really good, man. Through the Smoke. So if you go on YouTube and you look up Through the Smoke, THRU, The Smoke, and just type in my name, Ross May, you'll find this video. And beautiful thing, man. The whole thing is.
I remember when you. I don't know if I remember when you released it, but I definitely saw that about 2 years ago, and that
Yep.
was the one that I was like, okay.
We also did Smoke Like a Rasta
Oh yeah, that
with
was
Lil
another
Hit. It was I had some hits with Lil Hit.
Yeah.
He's my guy, dude. I fucking love
Shout out Lil Hit.
Shout out Lil Hit.
one. Yeah, and just go on YouTube, type in Ross May, Lil Hit, and I'm sure the combination will come up, right?
You're
A few
gonna
videos.
score
I think
it.
There was videos too, right? It was full-on
Totally, yeah.
videos and
They're
everything.
legitimate videos.
Yeah.
And
We did the San Diego Cannabis Music Festival. Papa Potions.
He was there.
back in the day, and
And
I
Lil
think
Hit
you
was
guys
working with
performed
him.
that song there. Actually.
we did.
Yeah.
I pulled him right off the line. He was in there like working with Papa's Potions because
Yeah.
they're still partners to this day.
That's right. Yeah.
And,
yeah, that's family. Yeah.
They're doing really good, man. And
That's good.
I'm like,
Good to
Lil
hear.
Hit, please come rock this with me. He was like, okay. Out of respect, I don't think he would have done it because he's the guy. I mean, he holds his integrity extremely high as he
Yeah.
deserves to. And so I
Top-notch
think
dude.
he was more or
Shout out
less
Lil Hit.
reluctant to perform for free because, out of respect for his art, But I'm like, hey, Lil Hit,
Yeah.
come and get this shine real quick.
Right.
And sometimes when you just throw somebody a Frisbee, they catch it.
Good stuff, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so he came out, and that was actually a real privilege because he didn't come out for every time I called him out.
Yeah.
But the cannabis events, when they started popping up in Southern California, I was just like, we are a part of history here. We're getting rid of prohibition, and we're on the front lines, man.
Yeah. Right when those events started happening, I remember they started getting real hot. People really started to vibe with them. Eventually it wasn't just like young folks showing up. It was people's moms, people, wheelchairs. Like, you don't see events like that. You go to a
don't,
beer
dude.
event, it's definitely way different.
Totally different, dude.
Yeah, and I know, and at that time, it's like High Times, even the bigger ones, the Chalice, all those bigger ones were doing their thing too, and then all the other smaller communities were like, okay, look, we gotta do our thing as well.
Yeah.
You know, the sessions started popping up. We did the farmers market.
The sessions are so good.
Yeah, yeah. There's a lot of them.
The fact that
There's still some.
I was in mind with the promoters and yourself and everybody throwing these events.
Yeah.
And I got booked was the biggest blessing to me. Sometimes there's these little markers along my journey that let me know I'm doing the right thing. And getting booked and meeting you, was part of that, dude. I really knew that I was a part of something special, and I felt really privileged to have been booked.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, that means I'm in the right place at the right time. That means I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
That gives me a lot of hope
Exactly.
to move forward, because as an artist, everything is uncharted unless you're just cookie cut, and I'm not cookie cut.
No, you're definitely not. Speaking of not cookie cut, when you tell everybody, when you perform, what do people know you? What do they know that you do?
It's interesting
nobody
because
else really does.
I've gone through so many incarnations that it depends on what era they learned about me.
Oh, got you. I guess from what I know is for most of the stuff I see you do, the bars and guitars, you're sitting there doing your thing on the guitar.
That's this era.
Bebop.
That's here we are.
Yep.
And it's really cool. Bars and guitars couldn't be cooler, dude. I'm so happy to learn more about my craft and apply it towards the community like that. We're putting on young, hungry artists, featuring them. I'll beatbox and I'll play. So a lot of people actually, they recognize me for beatboxing and playing now.
So young artists kind of look up to you, and you put them on kind of.
They're kind of flabbergasted. They look at me and they're just bewildered at the fact that I can even pull this off, but they're grateful to be a part of it.
Yeah.
So they don't ask a lot of questions, but they're definitely when they speak about me and I'm not around, it's always in reverence, in great reverence. So I appreciate the young guys for that.
That's honorable of you, because a lot of young artists need somebody to look up to.
They do.
And yeah, there's Tupac and there's Biggie and there's a lot of other, artists, but to have somebody local that's been in it and really give them advice. And
Big
they
time.
can look at what you've been doing too. I mean, you've been doing it. How long have you been doing music?
Gosh. Well, I did my first show when I was 9.
Nice.
It was a hip-hop show.
Oh, really? So you've been spitting bars since 9. Damn.
30 years of
embrace it,
live
bro.
performance.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Embrace it. Keep on going.
Interesting enough, it was a Nike event that I did when I was 9. They came to the school and they were
Nikes.
Nike.
Damn.
They
Okay.
sponsored with Jazzercise, which was an Oceanside company. They sponsored basically a talent show at our school. So it was Nike and Jazzercise. And as students, we got the opportunity to put together performances.
Okay.
So Dr. Dre's The Chronic had just come out.
Yeah.
I had swooped the single, the cassette, put the instrumental on, because they give you the instrumental, a cappella, radio edit.
The single
dirty.
days.
Oh,
I remember
man, great
man.
days.
Yeah.
I was so happy to spend $5 on a single.
Oh,
you know
it's
what I'm
well
saying?
worth it.
It was way worth it. You get so much.
Because just listen to the single of a song. Sometimes you don't hear that, that background beat or that bass drop or whatever. And you're like, oh shit,
Man.
it's and then you could flow to it. I'm sure that's what you were doing, huh?
Totally. So I put the beat on from Nothing But a G Thing.
Yeah.
And I wrote everybody's rhymes. I put a crew together.
Yeah.
They were all older than me. They were 6th grade. I was in 5th grade. And I wrote everybody's rhymes. And they spit them. And it was rad. I didn't think anything of it. But then later in life, I realized that I had discovered a skill. So,
That's a good skill to have.
Yeah, it was rad, dude. And then it wasn't too long until I picked up the guitar. It was maybe another 2 years later I picked up the guitar. And I didn't understand how the two universes could exist together. So when I picked up the guitar in the beginning, I put away all my hip-hop CD or tapes, and then CDs had just come out. And I put it all away, and I just kind of started diving into the grunge era and Soundgarden and the band Tool.
I remember Soundgarden days, Black Old Sun. Yeah, I'm not going to sing for you guys, but I remember that shit.
Chris Cornell, man.
Yeah,
That's my
man.
guy.
Yeah.
And I really want to honor Chris Cornell's life, because he really sacrificed for the world. Dude,
Yeah.
like, big time.
Yep.
So all of his music was dope.
Yeah.
And Nirvana too, you know, all that shit was dope, and I learned to play it all as a kid, and I would just play it.
That's a
sing it.
special era right there.
Didn't think it was anything special. Now it's very special.
Yeah.
Because nobody really learned to play that shit, especially not with the integrity it was written.
Yep.
And people appreciate integrity, and they don't even know that they're missing out.
Yep.
And so honestly, my mission, through Bars and Guitars, is to just bring craftsmanship back to music, bring the integrity back in, and also show the young guys who are MCs, who a lot of them, this comes very easy to them, you know?
Yeah.
They didn't have to grind 30 years to get a platform. They are not even 30.
Technology changed all that.
Technology cut in line.
It gave,
you know?
it gave a lot of people the platform they never had. Yeah, no,
Absolutely.
that's true.
You work smarter, not harder. So shout out to technology.
Yeah, right. Right.
And the young guys, you know, they don't have the same earnership that the elders do, and that doesn't take away from what the young guys have, because they earn what they earn. We earned what we earned,
and it's different now, so it's not.
And it's different.
Yeah,
it's all different era, so it's almost like everybody's slate is clean.
Yeah.
But if there's nobody left to teach the gangster shit that comes with being a musician and going hard.
Yep.
Nobody shows these kids how to go hard in real life, in 3D, in this type of space, then they're never going to know.
And you have to. That's part of life. You fall down, you scrape your knee, you bleeds a little bit, you know, that scar is going to make you tougher.
We're like the last of an old dying era.
Yeah, man.
Officially, you know, my age is millennial,
Yep.
like my generation. But they also, somebody was talking about Zennial, right? Zennials with an X. And Zennials are like the elder millennials, you know, like the ones that are like, they were about 12 to 14 when the internet made it to our homes. You feel me? Like.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. The internet was new. It was like that era where the internet came in and the round dial phones came out.
But we were
pay
young men,
phones.
though. We were young men. We
Exactly.
weren't babies. We weren't primordial. We weren't fucking even thoughts. We were young men. You
Exactly.
know? And that means that we got to become young men in an old system.
Yeah.
In the old world. We had real house parties. You know what I'm saying?
I remember
Like,
those.
real times,
Yeah.
like where we congregated in ways that don't have any idea.
Yeah.
And you know who went harder than we did? The kids who were in high school in the 80s.
Yep.
They went so hard that they destroyed everything for us. We were the first ones to have to deal with zero tolerance. That was new for us. We were the guinea pigs of zero tolerance because of the guys who were born in the 70s fucked it up for everyone. You guys went too hard, too many drugs, too many mullets, you feel me? Too much of the cross-dressing and too much gnar.
We need a damn time machine.
I'm telling you, dude, the
redo all that
stories
shit.
that I have heard with the pranks that used to get pulled, like setting your school on fire and getting suspended.
I mean,
for it.
even some of the movies, like you see people putting the fired cherry bombs down the toilet, and then the
Yes.
shit explodes.
These are real
What the
things.
fuck is that? That's a bomb exploding in a school, and that was
Dude.
just for fun back then. You know, it's like it's different, definitely different.
To where zero tolerance, you know, was an experiment on us.
Yep.
And then we had to find new ways to get it in.
Yeah.
And we got it in too, just not as hard as those guys did.
Yeah,
And so who followed us? There was new rules in place on them. That's
Yep.
when they're the Common Core kids. They're the ones who were the experiments of that, you know?
yeah. The
So-
'80s was rough.
So the young guys have their own struggles that I don't know anything about. Though, so we come together in ways that we don't even realize.
Well, shout out some of the young guys coming up right now that you're supporting.
I just
local
did,
rappers or Oceanside.
Yeah,
or,
there's
I mean,
this there's
San
this
Diego?
kid that I just linked up with. His name is Static Electricity.
Okay.
Static Too Fresh on Instagram.
All right.
And he's got an episode of Bars and Guitars, and he went hard.
Nice.
I appreciated
Okay.
him because we filmed one day, realized we didn't get it, and we came back a second day, and that is something that I appreciate.
So Bars and Guitars, how can people find you on Instagram? Is it just at Bars and Guitars?
Bars and Guitars
Okay.
official.
Official. Okay. Bars and Guitars official. All right.
Yeah. So Bars and Guitars official.
I got to ask you, you're in the scene right now. Who do you think takes it for first, second, and third for lyrics right now in San Diego? I know that's a crazy question.
Apollo.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys know about Apollo.
For
Look him up.
Number one?
Yeah, he's the best lyrically, dude.
Okay,
He's
Apollo.
just a haymaker.
Nice. Okay.
And Bad Luck Cortez. Bad Luck Cortez.
Okay.
And then I'd say Odessa Kane because he goes hard, dude.
Odessa Kane's tight. Definitely.
He goes really
definitely
hard.
know who that is.
And and he earns his scratch too, so you got to respect that.
He does some work with Busy Bone, Lazy Bone.
I'm not really sure all of his affiliations and what he's got going on.
Yeah.
But everything that he comes with is
right on point.
fucking
Definitely.
never misses.
Yeah.
So that's just something that I recognize. And I would say those three guys.
You got a bars and guitars coming with him, or?
I reached out. I haven't closed the scheduling part yet. So
All right, Odessa Kane, if you're watching, let's get it.
Yeah,
Ross
just
May, Odessa.
only home
that'd be
runs
huge.
only, bro. Only
Right.
home runs.
Yeah,
That's it.
exactly. Speaking of home runs, let's change it up to home growing. Tell me a little bit about the Tony Ocean song that you did with Tony
man.
Ocean. It was called Homegrown.
Okay, so
I peeped it on your Instagram.
I've been working with that guy for 20 years.
Yeah.
Over that.
That song was pretty much about vibing San Diego, cannabis,
Totally.
smoking,
Smoking,
good vibes,
beach vibes, SoCal.
Yeah.
We're in there, right? So he hits
like
me
that
up. He's putting together a new album, which is now out.
Yeah.
But he's at the time putting it together, and he's investing in himself. And when people invest in themselves, they take themselves seriously, and it gives you cause to look twice.
Yep.
Gives you cause to be like, oh, it's worth an investment to you. Well, it might be worth an investment for me too.
Yeah.
Just in listening. So it's when people don't invest in themselves that you're like, well, why would I invest anything in checking you out
That's
if you're
smart.
not trying to go hard?
Exactly.
You know, not everybody's made of money though.
Yeah.
But my boy Anthony Williams, aka Tony Ocean,
Okay.
he used to be the lead singer for Iryside, which is an Oceanside reggae rock hip hop band with a full
Okay, he's from
horn
Oceanside
section.
too.
Yeah.
That's
He had a
awesome.
full horn section, dude,
Yeah.
and he was rapping over a hip hop reggae band. It was rad.
Wow.
It was super rad.
That's right up your alley.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
the same vibe that we grew up with.
Yeah.
So
and then throw you in the mix with the guitar.
Bam.
Oh man.
yeah, so back in those days, he was Iryside and I was Faded Chronicles. We ended
Okay.
up doing something somewhat similar.
Yeah.
And now, I mean, it's 20 years later.
Yeah.
Now, the guy is still making moves, and
Yeah.
so am I.
Still going
We don't
hard.
have our bands,
Yep.
but we are still individuals within the community.
Yeah.
And I love that guy. So he hits me up. He's like, hey, you want to come through and check this out? I think maybe you can re-sing this and make it dope. Or maybe I was just chilling there at the studio and he was there.
Yeah.
I don't know. One of the two. But when he played me the hook, it had to change. And I was like, I'm going to rewrite it. And he's like, okay. And he gave me like my 45 minutes to write it and get it to where I was confident and then I could spit it. And it was like the song just like took steroids. You know?
Nice.
That was his words. And so there was also Jacob Stella was on it and he did the lead guitar.
Okay.
And so when we did the video, I had to like act like I was playing it, but
okay,
not.
that's a little weird,
and that's
huh?
why when the solo's going on, I'm turned around. You only see my back.
Okay.
You feel me?
Kinda respect
because
for
you
him.
have to have a guitarist presence.
Yeah.
But that wasn't my solo, so I didn't even play guitar on that whole fucking song.
Yeah.
Right? But I play it live all the time. Whenever we can, or not anymore, when we could, I played it live with Anthony.
Is dude a really big stoner?
Super stoner.
So he smokes fat blunts or what?
Fatty blunts.
Yeah. Nice.
Fatty blunts to
What's
the
your
face.
go-to when you smoke? I know you're smoking on that Cannagar. How do you like that Cannagar, by the way?
Honestly, it's awesome.
Is it a little clogged?
No, it's perfect.
Okay, cool.
It's drawing like a boss. It's not running. I feel like it hasn't gone anywhere, and I've been smoking it for like 15 minutes. I feel,
Yeah, you
so.
probably smoked that for a full hour.
Dude,
Yeah.
this will last me a while.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Man, so what's your top 2 strains When you go to get some,
There was
good
a strain
weed, what
that
are you going
like
for?
there was this strain that just blew my mind.
Uh-huh.
It's called Betsy.
Betsy, that's some old school San Diego weed, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And
I've heard her in the stories.
it really fucked me up in a great way.
Is it still around?
Dude, I don't know. Where's Betsy?
Who got the Betsy? Somebody tap in.
You know what I'm saying?
Ross May. Somebody tap in. Betsy.
And then the next time that weed blew my mind, it was Bruce Lee.
Nice.
We can find Bruce Lee today under the name Dragon. and
Okay,
Dragon's
you were saying
Breath.
something about that, yeah.
Dragon's Breath.
Those hold it for you, huh?
Yeah,
Nice.
man, they just really do. Honestly, every time you're around it, you feel like you just took a shower. You feel fresh.
Yeah.
You know that weed that just smells like fresh?
Yeah, you
and
pop it and just...
it just kind of like tingles up
Revitalizes.
here, and
It's
back
the
here.
terpenes, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're doing some new scientific research
Like,
on
whoa.
terpenes. It
Are you gonna
affects you
feel
all
it
different
out
ways.
there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome, man.
Big time. So those guys, really hold me down. But I haven't seen Betsy in a while, so if I had to choose one that was around that just like the dragon, then let's say I'm gonna go with the cheese.
Oh, okay.
Do you remember the cheese?
Yeah.
It's still around.
Is it?
Yeah.
Smells like blue cheese or
It stinks, dog.
rotten Parmesan or something.
It is the stinkiest weed ever. Dude.
Yeah.
It's named the cheese for a reason, and that shit.
like toe jam.
Yes. Yes.
In a good way.
Yes.
Isn't that some shit with weed? How can something like that be good? One of my I cracked a jar. It was some OG, and somebody said, "Oh yeah, that's the throw up right there. That's what I like. That's the throw up smell. That's what I like." Like, damn, that's what he's looking for, though.
Somebody sold me some weed one time, or no, gave me some weed one time called cat piss.
Yeah, that's another old school. You're
Come
dropping
on
names,
with the
bro.
cat piss, bro.
That's some San
Come
Diego
on.
old school shit right there. Yeah. You might as well be talking about Bull Rider and the
Yes.
other ones too.
So
Cat
like,
Pit was crazy, yeah.
yeah, bro. But honestly, those guys went hard. They went hard at their craft. Like,
Very beginning too. They're
Yes.
before OGs. Here.
that is way before, dude.
Yeah,
that
man.
was such felonies, dude. Back then.
Yep.
They put so many felonies on the line so that we could have this conversation.
P91.
P91, bro.
Whoever got that going, tap in.
I heard
Man.
that was the class of '91 Poway.
Poway, yeah. There's somebody out there that still got it. They all got rated, but it's out there.
They got
Some
rated.
seeds and shit, probably.
How gnarly is that you name it after yourself and give the police a direct line on how to find you?
Yeah, man.
Class of
Damn.
'91 Poway.
Yeah. Find us, motherfuckers.
See you in the year 2001.
Right?
Yeah.
Let me ask you about, so in a lot of your live events for the longest time, I know about these numbers, but tell me why you rock the 99 jersey, the charter jersey. I see you rocking it
man.
in a lot of your...
I didn't know why. I got
Yeah.
it for free from
Oh,
Laura
okay.
Serta. She was like, somebody swooped it and then didn't swoop it. Do you want it? And I was
Yeah.
like, yes, it's Chargers and it says 99.
Yeah.
99 is special to me because that was the year that in Oceanside we won CIF championships,
Gotcha.
senior football.
Oh, okay.
So I played
Okay.
football. I was linebacker, defensive end, and tight end, and long snapper, short snapper.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so
Oceanside
I
does
had
its thing,
jobs,
man. Yeah.
and that's a dynasty, and I'm
Yeah.
surrounded by like ballers and guys that, like legit went pro.
Yeah.
Our age group in our circle,
Oceanside spits out some really...
and then the Samoans,
high level,
like
yeah.
they really are bringing that extra intensity to the sport.
The next number I was gonna ask you about is that good old 55, man. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's just representing Junior Seau or...
Well, yeah, Junior Seau,
special
because he
for
went
everybody here in
he
San
went to
Diego.
Oceanside High School, and
Yeah.
he used to come back and talk to us and stuff like that. So
Got it.
he made an effort while he was on the top of his game to
Is that
reach
when
back.
you were going to... You saw him when you were going to high school out there?
Yeah,
Oh, that's special then, man.
totally. But he's also
Yeah.
from Oceanside.
Yeah, that's
So it
even
wasn't
larger.
uncommon to see him at breakfast on Sunday.
Yeah.
We'd see him, and then
Everybody go to the same breakfast spot, huh? Out there?
well, there's a couple hot spots back
Yeah.
in the day.
Nice.
Like we had some spots.
I bet.
And they've all since moved except for one, like Mary's is still there, but Johnny Mignona's is still there too. But Beach Break Cafe, they got to upgrade because
Yeah.
they made some money. I know they made money. We
bet,
supported
man.
them. The community supported them, And they are surviving through this pandemic like bosses.
Still, huh?
Because the community supported them, and they've always supported the community. It's always been a cyclical, symbiotic relationship, and this pandemic has had no effect on certain businesses like Beach Break.
That's
I'm
good.
sure they're taking little hits, but I'll tell you right now, people are like ordering breakfast from them, putting it on them, putting
Yeah.
dollar bills in their hands
That
for
community
whatever.
connection is valuable, man. I mean, the good food, I'm sure, helps too.
We are sticking
But-
together. Like I
yeah.
mentioned today, I went and cleaned up this neighborhood in Oceanside with
Uh-huh.
somebody's eviction trash, right?
Yeah.
So I was there doing that. Somebody gets evicted. There's trash everywhere. I clean it up. Nobody paid me to do that, but what the?
Yeah, exactly. You
Somebody's
just
got to
do
clean
it.
this up.
Just do
Nobody's
it.
gonna. I know Waste Management's not gonna do it.
Yeah.
You know, so
Kind
I
of when
just,
you're walking down the street, you see some fucking trash. Like, you just do your
and
part.
it also kind of makes an example like, hey, take some personal accountability
Yeah.
for the mess you leave.
Yep.
And if somebody leaves a mess like that and it's around you, like
Especially
take
if it's in
some
your
type
community.
of action. Call
Yep.
somebody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like make an inquiry, because that's some wild shit.
Yeah.
But the same help out the community. I'm not from that neighborhood. I'm from South O, right? So all the businesses have community in the city, because man, we all tap in. If you're from Oceanside, you could be 80 years old and you are tapping in.
Yeah.
All the groups, that's another shout out to technology.
Yeah.
Because those Facebook groups and those online groups allow people to
Bring
really
people
get
together.
it in. Yep, and now businesses can share their specials.
Yeah. That's big right now.
Or they'll let
The
people know
pandemic has
we
brought
have
people
patio
together.
seating right now.
Or
you know?
it's divided people, you know. It's good to hear positive stories, to be
I have
honest.
nothing but positive other than like my occasional run-ins with the trolls.
Of course, you know, that's always going to happen.
Oh, it's happening.
Yeah, it's happening. Hey, Ross May, it's been good. We're going to wrap this one up. Anything you want to tell anybody before we call this episode?
No,
quits?
man, just, I would say take care of each other. Stay on your A game. Just recognize that there's going to be hard times. Your mood's going to go down, but you got to remember like that it just gets better. You feel me? You got to ride it, dude. Sometimes the waves are shitty, but you still have to ride it. And I want people to remember that moving forward.
Nice.
Because what else matters,
Exactly.
Just take care of your people. If we take care of our people, and everyone does that, then we fix basically everything,
Yeah. That's
That
a good
doesn't
positive
mean-
message.
That doesn't mean like, oh, I'm going to, go assume the responsibility of someone else's life just because they're my neighbor. It's not that. But you take care of you first.
Yeah.
You're part of your people. You're number one,
100%.
So if people could remember that part too, you're worthless to the people that depend on you if you don't take care of yourself. So get it in, go take that little weekend, go smoke that blunt, feel me? Get that burrito, hit that gym if you can do it.
Yep.
You feel me? Do things that are good for yourself, and then you're worthy of taking care of other people around you.
Hell yeah.
Everybody does that. What the fuck do we need anything else for?
That's a good message. Apply that in your daily life. How can people find you?
Right
looking
here,
on social media.
Hit me up, Bars and Guitars Official, everywhere. Or Ross May Music, everywhere.
All right, you heard it first. Cannagar Confessions, Ross May. Have a good one. Keep it smoking. We're out.
Ta-da.
Right back to the show days.